As you've seen by the title of this video, we're going to be focusing on ticket prices for the Silverstone GP from 2022, 2023 and 2024. From general admission to grandstand tickets, we're going to look at it all. Within general admission, there are two specific areas. There is general admission and general admission plus. General admission, you're mainly on a grass banking or area of grass. You need to bring yourself your own chair. You need to be fully prepared for the weekend and to not move. If you move, your space is more than likely going to be taken by someone else who has a general admission ticket. Within general admission plus, you have a concrete area which is normally on steps, where again you still need a chair. You're best to be prepared to not move each day, because if you move, you'll lose your seat, you'll lose your area. Obviously, as a result of having to take a chair, of having to not be able to move, it limits what you're able to do and what you're able to see and experience over the Formula 1 weekend. You still have access to all the same areas as someone who has a grandstand ticket. You don't have the same access as hospitality, but you do have the same access as grandstand. You've still got access to the fan parks and all that jazz. As a result of having to take your own chair and having to sort of stay in an area, you often could miss out on certain parts of the race weekend. Like, for example, you might not be able to see the concerts, you might not be able to go to the fan parks, because if you move, you're going to lose your space and you might not be able to find another one when you return. With this ticket, on Friday in 2022, you could roam. I'm unsure if that's the same for 2024. But in 2022, you could roam the grandstands on Friday, you could roam all general admission areas on Saturday, and on Sunday you had to stay within your general admission area. I paid for general admission plus, so I was on Cops Corner and we had a concrete stair banking where, again, you had to stay for the whole weekend, you needed a chair, couldn't really move unless you had someone who was staying with your stuff. With that ticket, it cost £325. That was including your weekend ticket, your fast pass, and a third of the parking, because I went with two other people. This ticket gave you access on a Thursday, a Friday, a Saturday, and a Sunday. Although the cost of this ticket was £325, I also had to spend another £25 to buy a comfortable camping chair, so that brings up the total for this ticket to £350. That is before I even left the house and made it to the circuit. This doesn't include travel to the circuit, doesn't include food or drink while at the circuit, or what you take with you. If I was to buy the same ticket for Silverstone this year, for the same general admission, Cops Corner, Thursday to Sunday, with fast pass and a third of the parking, that would cost me £551. Nothing extra, the exact same, nothing changes from the 2022 ticket, but it is an extra £200. For this ticket, it is a 69% increase from 2022 to 2024. These prices are pricing people like myself out, pricing students out, pricing normal people out of being able to go to the GP. Something which Silverstone introduced last year was increasing ticket prices to based on demand. So, for example, if so many people were buying a ticket for Abbey Grandstand, it would calculate the demand for that ticket, and then every few minutes it would increase the price. So you could book the ticket at one price, and then the next person who's booking it 5 minutes later could be paying 10% more. Now we're going to look at the grandstand prices. For 2023, I was in the Vale Grandstand. Again, I went with two other people, so my ticket price was a third of the parking, fast pass, and the ticket price for the weekend. With this ticket, you're able to access the track from Thursday till Sunday, just like with the grandstand ticket. However, this year, they introduced a huge charge to be able to access the grandstands on the Thursday, to be able to see the likes of the F1 show. There is obviously a charge to get into the pit lane, to do the pit walk. I think that was the same for 2022, but I think the price was a lot cheaper. For 2023, I paid £424 for a ticket, a fast pass, and a third of the parking. This was at Vale Grandstand. This is one of the cheaper grandstands because it has no cover. This means that if it rains, you're getting wet. It means that if it's sunny, you're going to get burnt. You have to come prepared. You need a rain jacket, you need sun cream, you need to be prepared for all eventualities. Again, with this ticket, on the Friday, you can roam the grandstands and general admission areas if you so wish, to get around the track, to see different areas and different corners, just to experience more. On the Saturday, you're only able to explore the grandstand areas all around the track again, so you can experience qualifying, F3, F2, all from different viewpoints. The positive about this ticket is at no point during the weekend you have to worry about not being able to find a seat. You're able to access the fan parks and completely immerse yourself within the simulators, within the pit stop challenges, going and getting food and not having to worry about having no seat to return to. However, again into 2024, the grandstand of Vale has taken a 60% increase in ticket prices heading into 2024. The ticket this year will cost £681 to be able to access Thursday through Sunday with fast pass and a third of the parking. So for 2024, you are seeing a 69% increase in ticket prices from 2022 to 2024 for general admission plus tickets in the Copse Corner. You are also seeing a 60% increase in ticket prices for the Vale Grandstand from 2023 to 2024. As a result of these ticket prices at Silverstone, I decided to take a look at the Spanish GP. This way, we can see a direct comparison from one GP to another. But I also decided that we'd add in travel costs for the Spanish GP and accommodation costs. Within the Spanish GP ticket prices, I looked at 3 different sections. These sections were 2-night stays, 3-night stays and 4-night stays at 4-star accommodation. The other section I looked at was the ticket. Was it a general admission ticket, or was it the other ticket I chose was a Fan Plus C ticket, that is a grandstand ticket. With all these tickets that I've looked at, they all include plane tickets to Spain, they include the accommodation price, they include travel to the circuit Friday to Sunday, and it includes breakfast for 2, 3 or 4 mornings depending on how long you're staying. So first, we will take a look at general admission ticket prices. So the general admission ticket with accommodation and travel from Friday to Sunday will cost you £679 before you've bought a plane ticket. The plane ticket will then cost you a further £119. To stay in Spain for 3 nights with a plane ticket, the exact same stipulations as the previous ticket, that is going to cost you £774. However, the plane ticket is going to cost you £111. The final ticket which I looked at is another general admission ticket for 4 nights in Spain with the same stipulations. That is going to cost you £879. However, the plane ticket has decreased again and that's £100. With the Spanish GP tickets, obviously you're going to be spending more than what you're spending at the Silverstone GP because you are now including travel to the circuit, you're including your plane ticket, and you're also including accommodation for the time you're there. For just £247 extra, you can spend 2 nights in Spain with general admission with 3 days at the circuit before heading home. For £334 extra, you can spend 3 nights in Spain in a 4-star hotel, head into the circuit for 3 days and get all the racing action that you could need. For £428 extra, you can spend 4 nights in Spain at a 4-star hotel, again at the circuit Friday to Sunday, getting involved in all the racing action and everything that's on offer. Now let's take a look at the grandstand tickets. For £317 extra, you can head to Spain for 2 nights, spend 3 days at the circuit before heading home after having a grandstand experience at the Spanish GP. For £404 extra, you can see yourself in Spain for 3 nights and head into the track for 3 days. For £500 extra, you can spend 4 nights in Spain with the same 3 days at the track with transport to the track, everything included,